Yeah. Where's your bike?
Oh, it's in the back.
Better go and get it then. I'll meet you at the side door.
I just have to read this email quickly.
It was the one I sent you.
Oh, no, it's a different one. This typically is possible to restoration over a week. Would not recommend restoration to the vast majority of books.
What is it? Some sort of mail order thing that you order books?
No, I want a comic book to be restored.
Oh, I see what you mean. Comic books. Alright. Well, today it was weird because all the way along Lochside Trail it was nice surface, nice and crisp, not too slippery. I turned onto Walima, this street that comes up the hill. All icy. I had to leave the bike at the bottom of the hill because it was too icy to ride up here.
Okay. Yeah.
So I would recommend that you walk with me down to the bottom and then we start riding.
Okay.
Because otherwise we're going to fall off before we even get started, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I slipped actually walking up your road.
What?
Yeah.
Actually.
You'll see it when you go down. I don't know if it's a combination of these running shoes or what, but between the surface and my shoe there was very little contact. You know what I mean?
What brand are those?
These are Asics.
That's why.
Well, they're supposed to be road shoes, so you'd imagine they were, you know, at least good for walking on cold, icy roads. But still, it could just be me. Oh, you have a pool here. Wow. I guess it's too cold to go for a swim, eh? There's no water in there. It looks like those boxes are holding it in. Are those your stuff? Is that your stuff?
No.
What about moving the bucket as well? The bucket's going to stop you from lifting the bike out. That's it. Now you've got a bit of room. No, that's sort of trapped there. But that's only a little inflatable toy. I did lock up my bike down at the bottom at the lamppost.
I'll meet you down there.
No, I'll walk with you because, as I say, it's quite treacherous. That's it. You got it. That's a nice bike. I've forgotten how nice your bike is. Have I seen this bike before?
Yep.
Did you have it in Esquimalt?
Yep.
Okay. Have we ever ridden together with you on this bike?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, maybe not.
Maybe not. Maybe I just saw it. But you got the advantage over me because you've got gears on your bike. Not that you really need gears on lochside because it's flat.
I'm not too sure.
What about air in the tires?
Oh.
Well, you know, on the way down there's that bicycle repair station.
There is?
Yep. And you can put air in it. Otherwise, I've got a pump in my backpack, in my panniers on the bike.
I'm gonna get my helmet.
Yep. Get your helmet.
You have your helmet?
Yep, it's down on the bike. because there's not so much weight on the front, it doesn't look as if the tire is as flat. But what it might be is, you know how air expands when it's hot?
Yeah.
Well, you probably pumped up your tires a long time ago when it was hot in the summer. And now, because it's cold, the air has shrunk in the tires. So it's like all of a sudden your tires look as if they're flat. But if you warm them up, they probably would pump up a bit. Hopefully by the afternoon, the frost will have melted off this hill, because people are going to crash on this hill. It's that slippery. How are your hands?
Good.
Because I might have a spare pair of gloves for you as well.
Oh, I'll be.
Because one thing I've noticed on the bike is that your hands don't do anything. You're just holding onto the handlebar, so the hands get exposed and they get really cold.
Oh, so now what they're doing is to steal a bike, they're snipping these little things.
The spokes?
Yeah. Now that's what they do now. So even if you put your lock through the wheel and the thing,
And the frame?
yeah, they still steal it.
I thought maybe they were going to the frames. You know, the rims, I mean. The rims can be very expensive.
Yeah.
Some of the rims are like $200 just for a rim. So if they can't take the bike, they'll just take the wheel. And then they can have their guys put the spokes back on. It's like one of those tricks that people do when you buy furniture. If you're buying, let's say, a chest of drawers from a second-hand shop, if you want to buy something, what you do is you pay the money and then you say, I'll be back for it later, and you take a small item from the purchase, like you take one of the drawers away with you, so he can't sell it to somebody else because it's missing a drawer. And then when you go there, you can say, yeah, I paid for it, look, I've still got the drawer here. And you can take it away then. You're going to think I was panicking over nothing about this ice I was telling you about.
Oh no, when I'm walking here last night.
Did you notice?
Yeah. It was just starting to build.
The frost was just beginning to set on the road.
How big of a fall did you do?
Nothing. I just went down onto my hands. I didn't crash. I just did that sort of thing.
Oh, so you didn't fall?
No, I didn't collapse. It wasn't like bang. It was more like I'm going, I gone, and it's just here. See this bit? You've got good eyes, but I didn't notice that it was frosty.
No, I don't think my eyes are that good.
Well, maybe not here. Maybe it was further down. This is definitely frosty, where you can see the white. But still, I signaled to a guy to slow down because he was going to have to. This is going to be slippery. Feel it with your foot first.
You fucking already feel it.
Yeah, I'm going to go on the grass. That's why I didn't want to ride up here, Derick. Because I could have just slipped here and gouged my knee open. Yep, you're safer on the grass or on the dry part over there. You see? This is very local. I mean, the rest of the city is probably fine, but this hill is a killer. Killer hill. And it wouldn't be much fun to run on this either. Oops, I'm going back on the grass. It's scary, isn't it? Can you imagine coming down here not knowing that it was icy? You could have a serious accident. All right, now pump is next.
Which way?
We're going to go that way.
That peak?
I'm not sure where it's made, but I'm guessing it was made in China. That would be a good guess.
Give it a 5 out of 10 because it's bulky. A little bit bulky. Works well.
Yeah.
So,
And what about the finish? Do you think it's finished in a good quality finish?
yeah.
Not bad. If it is Chinese, I think it cost me $30. Probably could have got it for 10 on eBay. I should have asked you to get me a pump on eBay. Well, the one that's potentially better, yeah. Why don't you get yourself down onto the road there, where it's flat and dry, and I'll join you in a second when I got my gloves back on. But I'm going to start the app so we can keep track of how far we go. But if it's anything like when we ran out to the pigs, it's going to be 5 miles. 4 kilometers each way would give us 5 miles. At the pigs on Lochside Trail. And these two monsters, we haven't seen these two before. And Michael over here, the one with the tumor on his butt, he has got a bird on his back. Oh, he just lost his bird. And there's a chicken down here. I bought a chicken yesterday, but if you took all the feathers off that bird, it would probably be the same size as the chicken that I bought yesterday.
Oh, this comes from the mustard seed.
What, all these bits of cabbage? And then there's the other two over there, look, in the shelter. I could zoom in on them. I've adjusted it now so I can get the digital zoom as well as the optical zoom. Yep. What was the name of that pig in...
Oh, Wilbur.
Was it Wilbur?
Yeah. Or you mean which one? There was...
The one with the spider.
Yep, that's Wilbur. And then there was Babe.
Babe, yeah.
And then there was another one called...
Michael?
No, Gordy.
Gordy? Gordy the pig? Michael doesn't want to turn around. He's obviously very embarrassed about his tumor on his butt. I'll just zoom in on his tumor. I think that's what it is. It might be because he's been sitting in the muck too much. Anyway, it's not a very nice picture of Michael's rear end. But we should head back because I don't think I paused my app. I think it's still running. It's going to tell us that we were really slow today. I think we saw these guys on the trail. Did you come across any ice out there today? A little bit,
just on Mount Douglas Crossroad.
Okay, we're going back that way.
But that was on the shady side of the path.
After the bridge, after the wooden bridge?
Yeah, but it'll be gone by now. That was at about 9:45.
Oh, okay.
It'll be
There's a carpet named Jelly Bean.
Jelly bean carpet?
Oh, that's right. You are.
Hi.
Making the big bucks.
Could I have a medium coffee to go, please? What about you, Derek?
Diet Coke.
I have Diet Pepsi.
Yep. And I'll pay for these.
It's $5 exactly.
Oh, that's handy.
Yes, it is. Oh, yeah. Well, this is remarkable.
There you go, Derek.
3/4 now. Stay on the boat, girls.
Always.
Stay on the boat. Oh, goodness, what's wrong with this lid here? Oh, spread it.
Did you want your receipt?
No, thank you. But I can give you a tip in cash.
Oh.
Yeah, I have some cash for you. There you go.
Oh, that's the coffee cup.
That's my coffee cup. There you go.
Thank Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
I need to do something.
I put my tip in the coffee cup.
Oh, why not? Why not?
Yeah, it would cool the coffee down for me. That's good. Anyway, hang on a second, Derick. Why don't you go out and check on the bikes, and I'll be out in a second when I get my coffee. One, two bikes, good. Yeah, I think I got a picture of you and I sitting here last year.
Oh.
And we were talking about Donald Trump before he became president.
Yeah.
And we said it's never going to happen. Common sense will prevail.
I just, now, when he did get elected, you know, the first thing that came to my mind?
What?
There's more stupid people in the world than smart.
Well, you know what? I think there's some people who think, well, he's a millionaire. He must be smart enough if he's made himself into a millionaire. But apparently, he got given a lot of money by his dad. His dad started him off.
That too, and there's tons of billionaires around, so I don't think they were thinking that way.
Yeah. I mean, look at Al Capone. He was probably a millionaire in his time. Nobody would have trusted him to be president.
No. And he would have got in, maybe.
Well, he might have pressured people to vote for him. He'd say, either you vote for Capone or we kill you.
Yeah.
Well, you notice how all those leaves have come off the trees now, but that one tree there still has leaves.
What one?
That one there. All these have lost their leaves, and that one's still holding on.
Huh.
Does that have a name on it, that bottle of Pepsi?
No.
No, that was on
Oh yeah,
the
last
Cokes.
time it had a name on it.
Yeah, and I think you had one that was called Roger or Derick or something. No, I don't think you found one with your name on it.
No, I think it was called Jessica, actually.
Jessica.
I think it was Jessie or Jessica.
Yeah, maybe. Could have been Jesse, then it would have been good for a guy or a girl. Like Jesse Ventura. You remember him?
Yep, the wrestler.
The wrestler, yep.
And there was Terry Funk.
Who?
Terry Funk.
Never heard of him. Was he Chinese?
Nope, he was a wrestler. And then there was...
But was he a Chinese wrestler?
No.
He was an American boy. An all-American wrestler. You know how I am about bringing stuff on my runs or on my rides or whatever. I don't like bringing stuff and not using it. So now I've taken a picture. Mind you, I have used the camera today. I took all that video of the pigs.
So Donald Trump said he's not gonna get he's not gonna run for president in the next election.
Is that official or is that just what you think?
No, it's official. He tweeted it
He tweeted.
on Twitter.
Yeah, where else would he tweet it? Anyway, I don't even bother drinking my coffee for a while because I drink it black. I just let it cool off because I can't really pour it down.
No, it's too hot. I'm the same way.
I'm just waiting for it to cool off. I've got it in its paper cup on the cold cement, but it's still steaming. This tastes of coins. I'm just kidding.
Oh, and so it was like a terrible customer service.
Well, I'm hoping that she doesn't use the cup that I put the coins in, the quarters.
Did she?
No, she gave me a fresh cup, but she put the other one back under the counter. I hope she didn't. I hope she threw it in the trash.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, it might have germs on it from the coins. Not that they would kill you, but there you go. You hear about people who survive in the desert by eating, insects and things like that. It's surprising how hardy the body is. You're not going to die from a few germs. Anyway, I just don't know how much of a program I have for Derick's show today.
Are you recording?
I did, yeah. I was recording. Excuse me. I was recording when we were on the bikes, and I was recording when we were at the pigs. And I'm recording now, so you can say hi to your thousands of friends.
No, it's okay.
You let me do that.
I'm gonna be a Scrooge.
Are you gonna be a Scrooge?
I look medieval, did you?
No. Didn't say that you looked medieval. Yeah. I guess we could call it a day then for the recording. I'm going to concentrate on trying not to slip over on the way back. But I think, as the guys were saying, by the time I get to Mount Douglas Crossroads, it should have warmed up enough. But what kind of weather do you prefer? This kind of weather, cold and sunny, or cloudy and mild?
Probably just rainy.
Just plain rainy.
Yeah, not cold. Well, maybe a little bit cold, but not too cold.
Yeah, just with the rain, that cools you off enough.
I remember your first collapse with your bike.
Yeah, when I slipped.
Yeah, but with this bike, I don't think you ever had a collapse.
No, I haven't fallen off this one yet. Touch wood.
Still too hot?
Yeah, believe it or not. Still too hot. This was the voice recorder that I brought last week that got so wet that it wouldn't even switch on.
Really?
Yeah, and now it's working. I think it's working. If I press this button and it goes beep beep, it's working. We're on again. Yep. Well, not only did I flood it with rainwater last Thursday, then when I got home I put it on the wood stove to dry it off, and it started to melt. It got so hot.
Wow.
And it still works after all of that.
People give Sony a hard time.
But no, I think, as I was saying on my last podcast, I was explaining to my thousands of friends that if I'd done this exactly the same with my iPhone, it wouldn't have survived. It would have been in the trash. First of all, immersing it completely in water, and then baking it on the stove. It wouldn't have worked. Steve Jobs wouldn't have made it that well.
Well, Apple did make the products good back then with the iPhone 3GS.
Well, mine is a 4S.
I guess that's when they
That's when they started getting cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny, I always end up getting, not the tail end of technology, but I always, even though I'm an early adopter, I like technology. I never buy the latest anything. I buy something and I'll keep it until it just eventually breaks on me.
Yeah, that's what I do with my computers. People say, "Oh, you should get
A new one.
the new octa-core processor. It's faster." I'm like, my computer's already faster.
Yeah.
I mean, already fast enough.
Yeah, you don't need it super fast unless you're gaming.
Well, I game too, and my gamers are going to the latest thing, but my games are
Still playing as fast as theirs?
yeah. So I'm like, what's the point? It's like,
Well, you can make a computer that's very good for gaming and not good for anything else. And then you can make a computer that's good for everything and not very good for gaming.
yeah,
Like the video card isn't up to
yeah,
standard.
my old Pentium 4, it could probably still play the latest games.
Yeah.
But you would need to buy one that's, you have to find the top of the line, old,
Yeah.
very old stuff. And you would have to overclock it,
Whatever that means.
boost the speed up
Oh, okay.
manually.
Well, you'd have to have something that was able to not upgrade, but to be able to play some of the older games.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, they want to play some of the old Nintendo games on their computers, and they have to.
Yeah, I did that with my Pentium 4.
Yeah, you can retrograde it so that it plays the old games,
Yeah.
Mario Brothers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Playing on a brand new Apple computer.
It's so funny when people were playing Mario, and then other people that had the Sega, they were playing Sonic.
Sonic the Hedgehog, that's right.
So it eventually came out that people that were playing Mario didn't like Sonic.
Yeah.
So they were like, "Oh, screw you."
Well, it's like people who say I like IBM or I like Apple.
Yeah.
There's some people who say, oh, I like Sonic, and the other people say I like Mario.
Yeah.
I noticed you say Mario. That's the way the Americans say it.
Yeah. I like Mario better than Sonic.
Yeah.
I was never a Sega Genesis fan.
Sega. Yeah, you're either a liberal or a conservative.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
I'm a conservative.
So is Trump. He claims to be a conservative Republican.
Really?
Yeah. He wants things to stay as they are.
Huh.
He doesn't want things to get better for the poor people.
Huh.
Well, he might say that he does, but I'm not sure if he does. He would probably rather stay, rich than share his wealth.
So he says he's conservative, but he sure doesn't act conservative.
Well, I think a lot of what he does is he bluffs. He calls people's bluffs. He's a gambler.
Yeah.
He says, okay, you don't like what I'm doing? Attack me, see what happens. Like he was doing that with North Korea. He was saying to that guy, I can stand up to you, you don't scare me, Rocket Man. He called him Rocket Man. And the North Korean guy could say, well, he's got me really mad, but do I really want to take on the United States in a war?
Yeah.
So he's gambling with the lives of all his people. I mean, they might say, screw him, let's just drop the bomb on New York. And the Korean will just drop their bomb, and that will be the end of life as we know it.
My dad said he was already dropping bombs on the drug cartels. And I'm like, oh, that's good. That's the first thing that he did.
Well, he's going to kill a lot of innocent people, isn't he?
Yeah, well, to get rid of the drug people, I guess you have to kill the innocent people. But if I was president, I would get some Chinooks, evacuate all the innocent people into the Chinook, go away, and then bomb them.
Well, that's hard to do, though.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'll all claim that they're innocent just to be saved.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you'll have a helicopter full of terrorists.
Yeah.
There's a bike just like yours over there. Oh, it is yours.
Oh, yeah.
We've got the same saddle, I think. Or very close. Similar saddle.
Oh, and then Justin Trudeau, he gave $2 million, $50 million to a terrorist.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
But that's the first time I actually stuck up for Justin Trudeau was because he was a kid when he threw a grenade at the U.S. soldiers.
That's right. What was his name? Omar Kadir or something?
I'm not too sure. I mean, I don't think it was the kid's fault. The kid, what's the kid gonna do? Let the grenade blow up in his face?
Yeah, and he was probably in a gang of street kids.
Yeah,
You know.
well, yeah, and
He probably wasn't giving the orders. He was told to do it.
or no, the kid wasn't told to do it. The grenade all of a sudden came to him, and the kid you know, he didn't want to die, so he threw it back at the things, the people. I'm like, oh, what a smart kid.
Yeah, well, anyway. I think we've probably talked enough politics for our thousands of fans.
That's why I'm taking school now, to join politics.
Oh, I see. So you understand what's going on in the world?
Take care of the people. Don't charge them tax, and so.
Well, I would vote for you if you were running for president or prime minister. Anyway, do you remember at the beginning when Justin Trudeau first got elected, everybody was saying, "Oh, he's so handsome. He's got such lovely hair." I mean, what does that got to do with it? It's ridiculous. You vote for somebody because they've got nice hair or whatever. Hello. Friend of yours?
It was my mom's best friend.
Really? Jenny's friend?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that the guy that we saw at Gordon Head Pool?
No.
No? Hi there.
How's it going? Aren't you guys cold out here?
No, we're keeping an eye on our bikes.
Oh, very good.
Good idea.
Well, we could have locked them up, but we thought, well, if we sit outside, we could keep an eye on them.
That's a good idea.
Merry Christmas.
Same to you.
Oh, there you go. I'm glad I was recording that. We got this little Merry Christmas in.
Maybe we should send that. Can you maybe can you send that one part for me?
Yeah.
Then I'll email it to Jenny.
All right. I'll have to make a separate sound file just for that little bit, and then you can send it to her.
Your coffee's still hot.
No, it's empty now, but it's steaming because the cup is still hot. Yep, I'm going to throw this in the trash, and then we can head on down the road. I'm not going to come up the hill again. That's going to be a little silly. I'm just going to keep going straight. If I remember rightly, there was a garbage can out here. All right, so this is Thursday update from Derick and me. Bye-bye.